Hey everyone, Tony D and little Joan here to talk to you about the two worlds that we're living in now. In the one world, people are home, they're watching Netflix, and they're getting checks from the government, and well, they're kind of out of touch. And in the other world, there is people still working, still going out to do things. Not everything they used to, but a lot of that. And it struck me today as I was walking, little Joan. She still wants to go up to people, still have people pet her. But I kind of can't always do that because, people are walking with their kids and maybe they don't have a mask, and I don't want to freak them out by walking over there. You know, they're worried about their kids, maybe getting sick. I mean, I probably have more to worry about germ-wise from the kids than anybody, but you know, but some people, yeah, they'll say hi. Or some people were walking out without mask. I saw a couple walking without mask, and they decided to cross the street and not pass me by, and I could understand that. They didn't have their mask. I had mine just in case. Um, but poor little Joan doesn't understand. She just wants to go up and say hi to people. And dogs have that way about them, right? They just cut through all the BS. Their hearts are pure. And she doesn't see the two worlds we live in. Do you, Joan? You don't see the two worlds. She only sees the world as it is. And I wish more people saw the world like dogs. Because, I think we need to go back to, as much as I had problems with the world pre-virus, I still miss it. I still miss it. And this is coming from someone who loves to stay in. If you had told me, 3 or 4 months ago, hey, guess what? They're going to close down everything and send you a check and you won't have to work, I would have been like, really? That sounds awesome. I'm just going to sit at home and write. But after a while, even that gets old. You need work. You need work. It's too nerve-wracking to depend on the government for your sustenance. And even though I spent weeks and weeks at home, I didn't really get a lot done because my focus was everywhere. Because I didn't know. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I would even qualify for unemployment. It took forever to get it. I did get some. It just was crazy. And but then I went out and I was driving through areas in New Jersey, and some areas are still pre-virus almost. The people are working. They're doing stuff. I see landscapers doing stuff. And then I was driving through the suburbs, and I just see people standing on their front lawns, social distancing, but talking. I see people out for a walk, tons of people walking their dogs. And it's like, these people are like, they're like prisoners in a gilded cage almost. And I felt kind of bad for them at that moment. I felt, that I had to get back out in the real world now. Because the real world, it's just better. It's risky, the real world. Things could happen, but that was always the case, and it's still the case. Even though you may be cooped up at home and getting a check, it's like you could still be robbed. You could still lose your house. It could still, still bad things could happen to you. So, it is. Yeah, hold still, Joe. It is too much to stay in for too long, I think. You know? People need purpose. People need work. And that's part of why I'm glad that the state is finally starting to open up, albeit way slower than I would do it. But then again, I'm very impatient. So, anyhow, just some thoughts.